Hi everyone, my name is Tony and I will be introducing General Motors. To give a little background on General Motors, it was founded in 1908 by William Durant. It was an automotive and financing company. Some of its branches include GM North America, GM Europe, GM International Operations. GM International Operations include Europe, Latin America, and China. Some of its most well-known brands include Buick, Cadillac, and GMC. Currently, General Motors owns 16.8 of the U.S. auto market share in North America, and they are currently ranked number 2 behind Toyota and trailed by Volkswagen. This chart demonstrates GM's position in regards to the rest of the industry. As you can see, and as I previously stated before, GM currently owns 16.8% of the market share. And if you take a look in 2013, they owned 16.9%, and 2014 they also owned 16.9% of the market share. So it looks like they've been relatively stable in maintaining the position. This is just a quick benchmark of GM to Ford in 2013, 14, and 15. These are just some ratios. As you can see, GM has a better asset turnover than Ford. Ford is actually currently ranked number 5 in the US in regards to market share. In this cause of change analysis, you can see that from 2013 to 2014, there was a $1 billion drop, and then a $4.6 billion increase in net income from 2014 to 2015. The $1 billion loss or decrease in net profit from 2013 to 2014 was caused by the ignition switch recall in 2014. These charts include efficiency ratios. They include accounts receivable turnover, inventory turnover ratio, and day sales in inventory. As you can see, throughout the 3 years, it's pretty stable, other than the slight change in 2014. These are more ratios assessing General Motors. Now, if you look at the profitability ratios, you can see that from 2013 to 2014, there was a slight decrease in all of their profitability ratios, and then from 2014 to 2015, there was a significant increase in all of the profitability ratios. Moving on to the valuations, I got most of these numbers from Yahoo Finance or Monthly Fools. The 2016 and 17 EPS was all found on Yahoo, as well as the DPS, which was 38 cents per share. I believe that everything else was formula driven, and I also found the discount rate, which was 12% online. Now, these results were pretty interesting because the value of the stock that was calculated was pretty close to the 52-week high, which was $36.66. It was actually calculated at $36.65. The current share price was $35.16, which was around $1.50 off. By changing the growth rate and increasing it by 1%, the value per share, the calculated value per share, increased by roughly 30 cents to $36.87. And when I increased it by another percent for the max valuation, it gave me $37.18, which is a 30-cent increase from the high. I forgot to mention that I got most of my information from GM's financial statements, and that's how I created most of these charts. And well, as you can see, the forecast, the net profit margin has increased drastically from 2014 to 2015, and the inventory turnover has been pretty stable. I believe that GM will continue to grow due to the fact that they are adapting and constantly innovating. For example, they have formed strategic alliances with IBM and Lyft, and with IBM, they are planning to release an autonomous driving technology which will allow cars to have autopilot mode. And recently, they have increased their sales in the last month, which resulted in a 5% increase in their stock. Moving on to the macro view, in 2013 there were lower sales and lower material costs due to an unfavorable foreign exchange rate. Same happened in 2014 when there was an unfavorable market condition that caused lower sales. Going forward, the Fed is thinking about increasing the interest rates, which will probably result with less spending, meaning less sales and a slower economy. This could be bad for GM. Also, the Trump election. Donald Trump strongly supports domestic companies such as GM, and recently, General Motors CEO Mary Barra has been selected for Donald Trump's economic advisory group. The conclusion is that with Donald Trump being elected as president-elect, one of the biggest advantages is that GM is a domestic company. GM stocks does not have a high volatility rate, with the 52-week low and high being $26.69 and $36.66 respectively. It is currently at $35.07, and with the S&P and Dow hitting all-time highs, there is definitely potential growth with General Motors. And that wraps it up. Thank you for listening and have a good night.